Hi everyone. Now I want to tell you about programming language PHP. Let's go. PHP Introduction to Server-Side Programming. Request to a static site server. First, home page, look up. Second, send as HTTP response. Example. Request to a dynamic site. The server must respond dynamically if it needs to provide different client-side code depending on a situation, date and time, specifics of the user's request, database contents, forms and aus- authentic feeds. Server. First, look up things that go to user's profile, such as wall post and friends. Hatches database looks up. Generate client side code containing these things. Send as HTTP response. Picture. PHP introduction and basic syntax. What is PHP? PHP equally PHP hypertext processor. Server-side scripting language that may be embedded into HTML. Ultimate goal is to get PHP file to generate client-side code. Must end up with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, other client-side code. Side by side, PHP file, output resulting HTML. A closer look. PHP tags, PHP and the echo command, single line command, double slash, multiple line command, slash and slash. Viewing PHP files. PHP files executed on the web server. Therefore, we cannot save them anywhere and view them, as with HTML file. Must save .php files in subdirectory of web server. Make call to web server via a domain name, example google.com IP address, example, or localhost if on your own computer. PHP syntaxes, variables, operators and strings. Variable. Store values for future reference. Use variable name to refer to the value store in it. Example. PHP is a loosely typed language. Don't need to declare the type of a variable. Type can change through the program. Operators. Arithmetic operators. Models reminder after division. Logical AND or NOT. Assignment operators. Shorthand for assignment operators. And also works with subtraction, multiplication, division, models and string concentration. uh, two quality operators test for equality in value but not necessarily type. Three quality test for identity in value and type. Two quality ignore the distinction between integers, floating point numbers, and strings containing the same numerical value. Non-zero numbers and Boolean true. Zero and Boolean false. Empty string, the string 0 and Boolean false. Any other non-empty string and Boolean true. Strings. A sequence of character, single and double quotes. Suppose. Concentration of concatenation of strings, the operator. String functions. Length, strlen. Position of subtracting, strpos. More on string functions in this website. PHP syntax, conditionals and looping statements. Conditional statements. If, else if, and else. The while loop. While conditional statements. The do while loop. The code within the loop is executed at least once, regardless of whether the conditional is true. Example. The for loop. For conditional increment statements. Example. PHP syntax, functions and global variables. Defining your own functions. Functions name, functions name, argument 1, argument 2, functions code, functions parameters, return variable. Example and simple multiple functions. Return value. A function can return a value after it's done. Use this value in future computation. Use like a variable. Assign value to a variable. And modify multiple functions. Print nothing, prints nothing, return value, but we don't store anywhere. Print 6, assign the value 6 to the variable a. Assign the value 72 to the variables b. Return value. A function can return at most once and it can only return one value. If it does not return anything, assignment will result is null. A function's end after it returns even if there is code following the return statements. Example. Okay, that's all. Bye.